Okay, this is why so much of the blame get blamed on women. Let's take just the last 40 years. This batch of niggas that's out right now was predominantly raised by single black mothers. Okay? These niggas that y'all, these emotional ass niggas, the ones that popping y'all in the face, the ones y'all call sassy, the one who always in female business, are products of single women. Okay? These ain't the two-parent household niggas. This is y'all work. So if y'all had a problem with the two household niggas and you got a problem with these niggas, who you gonna put the blame on this time?
It sounds like you just doing what the bitch in the video just said niggas be doing. What is you talking about?
Yep.
Listen,
You're blaming women.
Yep.
You're proving her sentiment right now.
When we talk about these single mother households, the conversation about single mother households be exhausting as fuck. Because in real life, they're not single mother households. They're fatherless households. The mother chose to stay there to raise that fucking child. Okay? I'm over the whole single mothers raise horrible people conversation.
Okay, so can I ask a question?
Let her finish. Hold on, because her mic.
Let me rebuttal back to her.
Please let her finish.
Randy, you cannot. Okay, these are motherless household with only mothers and fatherless households, right? You can't imitate nothing. Okay, all this bad shit that you see going on in the community, it had to be seen, then imitated. If your daddy wasn't there, how could you pick up on his bullshit?
I have.
How long? If there's nothing, if he didn't pick up on the bad shit from the daddy, that who the fuck he got it from?
Society. When you have music saying, fuck that bitch, do these drugs, shoot your friends, shoot these niggas, bang, 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 all in the fucking hood, and you have a mother that's working fucking 14-hour shifts, society is raising these motherfuckers to be bad, bro.
Yeah, I don't know where she coming from where moms are working 14-hour shifts. This ain't the 70s and 80s where moms did anything they could to make sure their kids was put in a position. This is a new era of women, and they're not doing that. I've covered this particular individual before. Her name, she goes by the name of Randi, and she says a bunch of ridiculous shit that makes no sense at all. She is just your typical angry black woman. If you say anything about black women, she just hops down your throat. It doesn't matter if it's right. It doesn't matter if it doesn't matter what it is. You know, she's just gonna hop down your throat regardless. This is why I say a lot of the times certain people don't really deserve microphones, and I feel like she's one of them. I've seen quite a few of her shows, and I always get triggered by her, man. I also wanted to address something else you said about these are fatherless homes. Well, the majority of the time, women are the ones actually leaving these relationships and marriages. So what the hell are you talking about? They create this fatherless home. You want to call it a fatherless home? They've turned themselves into single mothers. You need to realize that, man. Like, I think women like her are just, I believe she's married and she grew up in a two-parent household, so she really is out of touch with real reality. She doesn't really understand anything. Like, she may be looking at it from the standpoint of the women that came in the previous generations, how much they would do to keep their families together and how hard they would work to make sure their kids had everything. These women are not like that anymore. They're not. And you're loud and wrong. You're loud and wrong, man. Let's hop into this, man. Let's go, guys. But hold up, if you're not already subscribed, man, hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell. Let's go, baby.
Now, be clear. So I come from a two-parent household. My mom and dad are still married. I just know that it's very unfortunate for people that don't necessarily have those same opportunities. That's all I'm saying. We're not gonna we can have this conversation without saying, oh yeah, fuck single mothers in our household. They raise horrible ass kids anyway. No, bro. Back to the conversation at hand. The conversation at hand was her saying men always blame women opposed to leading. Is there any truth in what's being said there? That's it.
Listen, the whole problem is when y'all tell us that we are partners and we shoulder to shoulder and we do equality, but when it comes time to take the blame, y'all ain't never stepping up for that. Okay, I'm gonna tell you about men. There's always another man that's gonna police a man. Okay, I can't beat on nobody because another man will come and intervene. Name a group of women or organization that'll stop women from doing other bullshit.
So you think we don't accountable? I think that we hold each other accountable. I think that you want to.
I think because when a pro athlete from a single mother household makes it to the league, they're like, look at this single mom. She was great. This nigga is the king dingaling. But if that motherfucker's a crackhead, they're like, it's because our daddy wasn't there.
Yes, absolutely. And as someone who was raised in a single mother household, I don't understand the narrative of asking about the absent father when I can't. Again, if his presence isn't here, he does not have an influence on me. If society is raising my child, that means the mother is failing because she should be raising her child, not society. So she has access. She controls the access to what her child has access to, at least in the home. So this idea of blaming the father, he's not there. So
thank you, Pam.
Yeah, he's being blamed because he left.
No. We got to stop this sentiment that he always left. That's not always the case, man. In fact, a good majority of the time, it's not the case. There's plenty of times where the woman leaves and she gets custody of the kids. This is what happens. Like, y'all act like that's not like possible or something. And he's absolutely right. If the kid turns out to be a piece of shit, then it's the dad's fault. It's not nothing that the mother did. But if that kid turns out to be the president of the United States, then she had so much influence. She did so good with this child. It's fucking crazy. They want to have it like both ways and shit, which is fucking baffling to me. The fact of the matter is that the dad can't have an influence on a kid becoming a shitty person if he's not there. You sit up there and blame him all day long, but he ain't there. Let's go, guys.
What you're saying is he's not there, so he can't influence. Him not being there is a lack of influence, and that's the problem. You don't see that issue?
Okay. Again, because this is my personal background, I can agree that yes, not having a father is a detriment in a child's life, absolutely. But when we go from the point of raising the child, you blame the person that raised the child, not the person that was not there. Because again, yes, that is one trauma that I don't have a father, but any trauma that I experience in my life is due to whoever my mother left me around, whoever my mother put in charge of me, whoever my mother allowed around me, not him. Now, in the absence of a father, yes, I'm very sure that there are things that he could have protected me from and other things like that, and that's why a father is necessary.
Make all the decisions on her own if your father was there being a fucking man.
Okay, let's use that logic, Randy. Let's use that logic. If you have a daughter and you end up getting a man, and you're like a single mother, and you end up getting a man, and that man ends up doing something to your daughter, whose fault is that happened? Is that your daughter's dad's fault, or is that your fault for letting that man around her? Let's be real. Are we gonna sit up there and say, oh, it's the dad's fault because my new man raped him because he wasn't being a fucking man and protecting her? Seriously? Because that's the same kind of logic. That's the same kind of logic. If the kid ends up being a crackhead or something like that, or ends up being some kind of degenerate, it's the dad's fault. It's not the mom's fault at all, because she did the best that she could, even though she may have had that kid around gang members, drug dealers. When we talking about Chicago, big time cities and shit like that, a lot of these women are pushing their sons into like being like drug dealers to take care of them. They're pushing them into gang life and shit like that. So what are we saying? That it's the dad's fault? It's the dad's fault that the mom is pushing them into that? Even though let's be real here. Let's say Jerry Springer or The Murray Show. How many of these women don't even know who the fuck the dad is? Huh? So it's the dad's fault that probably doesn't even know he's the dad. I don't want to say probably, but a lot of the time doesn't know that he's even the father at all. And it's his fault because he's not around. Like you are very biased. You're very you're very out of touch, man. Let's continue, guys. I'm sorry.
Man.
Well, here's the flip side.
Just the same question I posed to my mother. Why would you allow a boy to get you pregnant? Because again, this is a mentality to abandon your children. So that's not a man.
Why would you ask your mother that?
I'm sorry?
You would not be here had she not. So for you to be like, you shouldn't have had sex with a boy, now you wouldn't exist.
Agree. I mean, it's a hard conversation.
I just feel like that's a little much to ask your mom that when she gave you life. Like,
I mean, you can say that,
Hold on, y'all.
So it's my personal experience, and that right there is my point. Everybody assumes that every single mother does her job, does 110%, and does what she's supposed to do. Q literally works with children that are abusing. You're not going to tell me, Q, and you can attest to that. These children are being abused in homes with single mothers. And in the times that is because the women are not taking care of their children. Every single mom is not doing above and beyond.
That's your story.
No, but that's what I'm saying. That's not just my story. That's actually more the majority of single parents. No. The real majority, most single moms are not doing everything they can.
One mic. We gotta do one mic.
The real majority is most single mothers are not doing everything they can.
Randy stood up there trying to fight her and trying to say that's your story. That's your story. Actually, it's a lot of more people's story than you think. I share a piece of myself with y'all. I grew up in foster care. And you know who I was afraid of when I was growing up? My mother. My mother was whipping all 7 of us. She was tagging our asses, turning skin up off of us. You serious? All the kids I went to school with and shit like that, they weren't even scared of their dads. They were scared of their mothers. Their mothers was the abusive ones. So be for real, man. And this is her problem. Anything that she deems as like a critical of a woman or anything like that, she hops right down under that and tries to cover. Like get the fuck out of here, man. Shut up, Randy. For real.
They can. I have found very few real life single moms that are here to offer their children, and they are great mothers. But the great single mothers that I know are not the majority. Absolutely not. Do you see what these kids go to? The majority of these kids are in regular public schools. They're not in extracurricular activities. They barely have food in their homes. Their mothers are on 6 and 8
public schools. They're bad people. You said the majority of these kids go to regular public schools, baby. Some of us live in good neighborhoods where public schools actually offer quality education.
What's wrong with
regular public
That's
schools?
not the majority of the majority of public schools are below a 5 out of 10 in the scoring of greater schools. So my point is, majority of public schools are not great schools. So all I'm saying is the majority of single mother households are not thriving households, they're surviving households. And if you came from that, you would understand that that's the majority of our circumstances, not thriving.
But even the shot at saying that you guys are going to public school versus going to private school, a single mother.
That's one part of what I said. That's one part. What about the living conditions?
And that's the one part I'm speaking right now.
That's the one part I'm speaking on right now.
I'm speaking on.
You yourself said the mom was working 40 hours a week, right? If she's working these 14-hour shifts and society is raising her child, what do you think that child is getting into? That's not a conducive household for a child. Environment.
Back to what I was saying in regards to judging the mother for sending her child to public school when she probably can't afford private school. I understand that that your experience is what it is, and I'm sorry that it was certain shortcomings that you went through. But what I am saying is that it's a little bit of things that you're saying that just don't align, in my opinion. Yes, is there people that can do better in parenting? Absolutely. People drop the ball in parenting all the time. Even the best of parents, your child is going to have something to heal from. But to sit here and say like, oh, the vast majority of single Black mothers are trash damn near, that to me is goofy. I don't agree with that.
She didn't say that.
Can I ask you something?
I agree with.
Okay, so I just want to know, when people have this sentiment, I want you to show me single mothers that you know that are thriving with their children. When I mean thriving, I don't mean just
you want many.
Because let me finish. The sentiment that I'm speaking on is the quality of life for the children. We understand that missing a parent is already a detriment. The first thing that I said is, why pick a man that is incapable of the responsibility of being a father? That's the first thing. But that's the hindsight conversation, because the kids are here.
Like asking,
Moving forward in that conversation, let's talk about how she's raising that child. What is this child's quality of life? Most women are literally paycheck to paycheck. How are you living a good quality of life, giving that child what they need? Because children need a lot. Everybody says that they're expensive.
No matter what that single mother does, she's not going to ever amount to what it is you're expecting her to amount to. No matter what she does, no matter what she does, no matter what she provides, no matter how she shows up for that child, no matter how good she is for that child, to that child, no matter what activity, whatever that child does, that's not going to be enough for you. And that to me is wicked coming from a Black woman. That is fuck. That is as fuck.
Well, then I guess it's wicked to speak the truth then. And that's what it be a lot of the times with this particular individual and other women as well. They don't like to hear anything critical of themselves. They don't at all. Even if it is the truth, they'll fight tooth and nail to not hear it or for it not to be said. You know what I mean? It seems like she cares more about the sisterhood, like, and what the fuck they got to say, even if they're right or wrong, more than what she cares about with facts and shit, man. This is what I mean. Certain people don't deserve a microphone, man. And she's one of those people. You don't deserve a microphone. Right? You don't deserve a platform at all. You just don't. You got a platform. Your platform is probably an echo chamber full of other women who think like you. And it's crazy to me. Now let's continue, guys.
You're basing that off of what you're saying is based off of my personal experience, but even statistics.
Off of the blanket statement that you said about black mothers, off of your personal experience, is wicked as fuck to me. And it's
so what part of what I said is lame?
Shut the fuck
up. What
bro.
part of what I said is lame? Because we all validated your experience, even though you don't even come from a single parent household, yet you spoke on it. And
I told you, I apologize that your experience was what it was.
I mean, you don't have to apologize. This is the reality of the black community of children.
You need
like this. Some love and some care. Anton literally said the majority of our children are from single mothers. It's not my reality.
You assumed every single black mother didn't give it. And I'm going to stand 10 toes for all the single black mothers I know. I know some good ass single black mothers. And
that's great. So do I. But there are few far and in between.
Speak up for them too then. Next time you're talking about women.
I get it. If you weren't so angry, you would have heard me. If you weren't so angry, you would have heard me say that I know there are very good mothers out there, but they are few far and in between. We talk about single mothers.
Y'all gotta do one mic.
You're too angry to hear what I'm saying.
I don't want to.
That's a
fact. Nothing that you can say to me that is even going to be digestible to me as a person. Period.
And that's proving that number.
Period.
That's what I'm saying. So it's no point in having the conversation. You're not listening to what I.
Culinary Cam, she cooking.
Shut up, 2K. Don't be angry. Okay, let's do one mic. Because what happens, it washes y'all out to where we can't hear the conversation. I think this is a good conversation because we have different perspectives. We have people from two-parent households, single-parent households. We have people that actually are single mothers on here. So, Kwame, you want to speak on this or you want to pass it? Yeah.
I mean, unfortunately, my internet is acting up, so I don't even know if it's like giving what it needs to give even right now because I missed a good majority of the conversation.
You don't want what Culinary Cam just did the motherfucking Randy, so you for the buy out.
No. That's not what happened. I literally just got in, but the snippets.
And baby is gonna get ate the fuck up for speaking on black women the way she just did.
And that's the
oldest. The baby's gonna get ate up for speaking on black women the way she did. We don't care. Y'all make so much out of that little bullshit, y'all little sisterhood. We don't care about that, man. We care about the facts. The facts and the statistics are behind Cam. And Cam is cooking your ass and you mad. And that dude is probably commenting shit. You know what this is the equivalent of? It's the equivalent of like when a girl rejects you or something and our friends are like, yeah, get your ass out of here and start like yelling at him and shit like that. Like, this is the same thing. You just don't like that shit. You don't like it. That's why you're telling him to shut up and yada yada yada. Hey, don't say nothing to 2K. Like, nah. 2K, keep on fucking what they call that? Taunting her. Keep taunting her, man. Let's go, guys.
I'm a little like I don't.
One mic.
Yeah, that's the. I came in on that part. That part I came in on, and I was kind of looking like, excuse me. So I don't know what's the backstory. What happened with you, Kamryn?
So the question was asking about single mothers, and what was it again?
No. I already know that part. I want to know what was your experience. What was the experience that made you say what you said?
Right. So I was basically saying that growing up from a single mother household, a single parent household, I understand the dynamic of being in that. And in saying that, most single mother households are not thriving with their children. We are merely surviving. They are merely making ends meet. Facts. For the majority. I also said, with a comma, that there are great mothers out there that I know that are great single mothers. I have friends that have their children in public schools and work great jobs. But in saying that, they are few. So what all I was saying is that those women are few and far in between. They are not the majority of black single mothers. And also too, this idea that all black single mothers are just the queen, they're all trying their best, they're all working their hardest. That's not true.
That's not true.
And that's all I'm saying. There are some women that are not good moms, and this idea that all women are good mothers.
Outside source or from your own personal experience?
Everybody
experience.
That's what I'm saying. This is not a me thing. It's not a monolith. I'm not a monolith in this situation. This is literally literally written down. This is statistically found. You can go outside and ask people that have single mothers and ask them about their experiences at home. You can ask Q, who works with children that are abused. These children are coming from single parent households majority of the time.
And she's absolutely right. They just don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. They want to believe that women can do no wrong. They want to believe that black women can do no wrong, and that they're just trying their best, and at least they're putting one foot in front of the other, and at least they're doing this, at least they're doing that, man. Be real, man. I'm not going to say black women in particular, but women are creating the worst product. They're creating these fuck boys. They're creating these dudes that beat women, these rapists, these school shooters. Those are coming from single mother homes. Those are not coming from homes that have fathers, man. And it's coming from the influence that they're getting from people that are around them, not the dude that didn't show up. Yeah, he should have showed up. Yes. And they hold him accountable. He'll go to jail if he doesn't pay child support. He'll lose his license. His credit will be fucked up. He is held accountable. Y'all have got to come off this shit. Now, if he's being held accountable, then that means the mother has to be held accountable for creating a fucking piece of shit person. For real, man. Let me know what y'all think about this, though, man. Like, comment, subscribe. Let's go, baby.